Hi everyone, this is Michael. Well, it's a rainy Saturday morning. Worked all week, it stayed pretty. Now Saturday's raining. So that's the way it goes. So I hadn't made a video before, I really had no content to make anything. So that's that, it's a rainy day. I did do the change on that Hustler Raptor SD, but I thought I'd show you what I got. Let me get the camera. What I done is I changed out my boats meter. It worked fine when a thing wrong with it. I mean, for it's working, but there was a problem. Last season I was mowing down there just about a little finishing up down in the bottom down there, and I like a little finishing, and it started raining on me, so I went ahead and finished it anyway. I don't like mowing rain, but I want to get it finished. So the time I got up here in the garage, it was raining like it is today. And this was all fogged up and wet in there. So it's not waterproof. That's a problem. It may last for years. It may keep on working. If it ain't waterproof, it's not dustproof. But it's actually, this gauge is made to go in cars or in the cab. It ain't made to go out in the weather. So it will work out. And it may last, like I say, for years. Who knows? So what I done is I got me a waterproof one. It's LED. Let me show it to you. I don't want to move this camera too quick, make anybody sick. Here it is. What I done is, before I show it, there's it. I ain't turned it on yet. Let me get the gauge here. See here how big this gauge is. This one only takes about an inch hole to put on. Of course, I already had the hole here in this. And I want to patch this hole, so I had this plastic piece here. It's almost a perfect size to cover the hole up. So it just needs an inch hole in there. It wasn't perfect round. It's been cut out before, and it wasn't quite right. So I taped it and put an X, cut the tape out, and that's why I just make it look better. And I put 3 screws in the hole. That's a simple way of doing it. It's got a bolt come up underneath there that screws up. It just screws on there, and that's what I screw it to, that little cap. Then bolt the cap to the mower. That's where I put it on there. So let me show you what I gave for it. Now, well, let me turn it on. Let me turn it on. What I do with the key. Oh, it might work better with the key. Let me get it over here so you can see it. I'm gonna pop it on here. There it is. Crowd point 1. Well, this mower been setting a lot, and I hadn't charged the battery none for this season. Sitting here for months. I only mowed 3 times. That's about less than an hour mowing each time. So it's kind of like this gauge over here. It's waterproof, and it's here. See that white? Actually, those bars are blue. This in here, it's red. That's red. Goes up, turns yellow. All around here it turns blue. The gauge goes around that dial. And the the numbers, crowd point 1, it's blue. It's got a bit of red dot here. Let me start it up. I don't have to choke it. No, I'm going to start it without choking it first. There we go. I just got it idle. I'm gonna get more gas. So it done jumped up to crowd point 6 right now. Just for starting it. So I really like that gauge. It's waterproof. It's made for cars. Well, it's made for motorcycles. I always look for that when I'm buying one. I'll make sure it's made for motorcycles. Because motorcycles, it's out in the weather. And it's got to be waterproof. So that's waterproof, dustproof. You know it's dustproof. It's waterproof, I think, anyway. So let me show you how much I gave for it and everything. You might be interested in one. You might not be. Here it is. I got it on eBay. It's a mini waterproof crab boat LED from cars, vans, motorcycles, boats, and it's got a little, like I said, got a little gauge go around the dial. This is the price I gave for it, $10.42. Shipping was free, and it was 63 cents tax. Cost me $11.05. How much it cost me? There's the item number. What I did was, to get this, I just went to eBay, and just typed in waterproof meter on eBay, and that's what it went to. You got different styles to get. So, I mean, it's been what you want. The reason I got a round one, and I already had a hole there, so I had to patch that hole. So I look at it, I had that plastic piece here to do that. So it turned out okay for me. Let me show you how I wired it, in case anybody want to wire one that never have done it before. Most people would know how to do it. There's a gauge. You got a ground. These wires don't come with it. They don't come with it. The connectors. Here's connectors I use. And here's one. I use that on the ground. Hook it to that boat. I'll show you that in a minute. So you got a red wire coming over here. Put a inline fuse holder. Like this here. You don't have to be this one, but any of them will do. So you put a fuse, a mini fuse or the big fuses. Or what kind you want to use. And come over here to the ignition switch, the orange wire. And put a quick connect on it. So let me raise the seat. I'll show you more about it. I won't move too fast. So I left the key on. Let me shut. Alright, it's alright. So here it is. There's a gauge right here coming across. Here's the wire right here. Comes across here. It's got a fuse in it. Fuse holder. It's a 20 amp. Over here now, you take that boat out right there. Slide that back a little bit. Let me take the key out. And if you want to, you take that boat off and you can get to the ignition switch better. Connect your wire, your red wire, to your orange wire on your ignition switch. That wire only has voltage when it's in on or run position. That's what I got this gauge here hooked on, my fuel gauge. That's what it's on. So be sure to hook it to your orange wire. With a quick connect, be fine. And the ground wire, it's a boat right down here. I don't know if I can see it now. It's just dark in here. You can see it down in there. It's a boat you take loose. It's right down in there. Well, I recommend taking the battery cable off before you go down in there. Of course, you might hit some of these wires that got current going in, and you're going to cause some fire jumping. And just loosen that ground wire on your frame and put it in there. I got a round one here. They make clips and slides in. But if you only got a round one, you can clip it off a little bit and make it sort of slide in. That's what I would do. So that'll work. Full of ground wire, be fine. So I reckon that's about it on this. Anything I forgot? So I like the gauge. You can use one of them analog gauges if you want to. But I think they ought to come with a boats meter. Even this old model here, it's a 96 model. It came with one. Let me see if I can show it to you. But I'm going to show you what's the problem with this. Let me get it over here. Try not to move around too much. There it is. See, I'm putting my hand down here so you can see right there. My finger here. Look at there. How dirty it is. I need to take it out again and clean it. That's how dust gets into it, moisture get into it, but it still works. It's a 96 model. It's a Husky. I got it from TSC store, and it's been a good old mower, and it's still going. I use it mostly for a tractor, but I do have a mowing deck if I need to use it. It still mows pretty good. It won't mow like the Hustler does. Hustler, what do you call it? When I said that right. So here's the wiring, the gauges. 16 gauge and more heavier wire. The higher the number, less gauge it is. 18 gauge, it's made for like a bulb hookup. I think I've got 18 gauge on this, and it worked just fine. I had no problems with it. It might be best using a 16 gauge on it. That's up to you. Like I say, I'm no expert at wiring or nothing like that. I'm just a DIY, do-it-yourselfer. So, I guess that's about it on this gauge. So I thought I'd share it with you. I hadn't made a video for a while. So, thank you for watching. This is Michael. I'll see you next time.